Hello dear students, welcome back to the new section. Today we are going to study a new topic, how to factorize the polynomials. So in our last session, we were discussing about exercise number 2.4, the first, second and third questions, right? Today we will discuss about the fourth question, and in this question, there are mainly 4 questions. We cannot skip any of the questions. It's so important, every questions are so important. That's why let us go to the question number 1. Factorize 12x square minus 7x plus 1. See, this is very important topic because most of the students, they don't know how to factorize this one. One thing is very clear, most of you may be knowing that you have to split the middle term, right? Splitting the middle term, that's what we are going to discuss today. But how to split the middle term? What is the middle term? Here you can see there are 3 terms. The first one is 12x square, second term is minus 7x, and the third term is plus 1. There are 3 terms. In these 3 terms, which is the middle term? Minus 7x. Minus 7x is the middle term, right? Now, how to split the middle term? 7x you can split it as 1x and 6x. You can split it as 2x and 5x. You can split it as 3x and 4x. But which one is the correct one? Which one is the relevant one? If you know how to split the middle term and which numbers you have to choose, then simplifying these typical type of problems will be very much easier for you. So today we are going to learn the technique how to choose the numbers which are being used as the splitting of the middle terms. Okay, so right now see the terms. Check the coefficient of the first term and the last term, I mean the constant term. What is the coefficient of the first term? It is 12, right? What is the constant term here? It is 1. So 12 multiplied by 1, how much it is? It is 12. Now in your working area, you have to write the factors of 12. So tell me, what are the factors of 12? 1 into 12, right? It should be written in the working column. 1 into 12, that is 12. Then 2 into 6, that is also 12. 3 into 4, that's also 12. Anything more? Nothing. 4 into 3, that is what 3 into 4 is called, right? Both of them are same, so there is no need to repeat again. So these are the 3 things. 1 and 12, then 2 and 6, and third one 3 and 4. This much you got, right? So we have written the factors of 12. 1 and 12, 2 and 6, 3 and 4. Is that clear that much? Now, see, this is very important. Check the sign of the constant term. What is the sign of the constant term? It is plus, right? Because it is given plus 1. That means the sign is plus. If the sign is plus, if the sign is positive, then you have to add these 2 numbers. That means here you got 3 set. 1 and 12, that is the first set. 2 and 6, that is the second set. What is the third set? 3 and 4. So you got 3 sets of numbers. Among these 3 numbers, add them together because the last number was of positive sign. That's why you have to add them together. And while adding them together, you should get the center term. What is the center term? It is 7. So add them together. 12 plus 1. Is it 7? No, it's 13. 6 plus 2. Is it 7? No, it's 8. 3 plus 4. Is it 7? Yes, it is. So we got the number. What? 3 and 4. 3 and 4 are the numbers. You got it. You got the numbers. Now, let us decide about the sign. So 3x and 4x will come there. 3 and 4 means 3x and 4x are the numbers which we are going to substitute for the center term, right? How to split the center term, that's what I am discussing. So instead of that center term, I mean instead of that 7x, we are going to add 3 and 4. We are going to introduce 3x and 4x there. Now let us talk about the sign. If the sign of the last number, I mean if the sign of the last constant term is positive, then it means that these both numbers should be given the same sign. I repeat, if the last term is positive, it means that these 2 numbers, that means 3x and 4x, should have exactly the same sign. That means both of them can be positive, both of them can be negative also. I told you it should be of same sign, that's all. I didn't say that both of them should be positive, right? I did not told that both of them should be negative. Only this thing is there. Both of them should have the same sign. Clear? It can be both of them can be positive, both of them can be negative also. So now our question is whether we are going to give positive or whether we are going to give negative. That will be a doubt inside your mind, right? I will clear it. Now Come to the center term. What is the center term? It is minus 7x. What is the sign of the center term? It is negative sign. So whatever the sign of the center term is, the same sign you have to give to both of these numbers. So what is the sign of the center term? It is minus 7, right? It is minus. So here the center term is a negative, right? The sign of the center term is negative. So both of them should be of the same sign. So both will be minus and minus. So minus 3x and minus 4x. So splitting the center term, you will introduce the instead of this minus 7x, you will write minus 3x and minus 4x. So now you got the terms, right? Now I hope that you understood how to split the center term, which number should be added. This is the very important point. Okay, now let us go further. So first term and second term, you are not going to make any difference in the first term and the second term. So first term and the last term will be there itself, like that itself. That means 12x square will be the first term itself. Last term was 1. So 12x square, no difference will be there for 12x square. Nothing we are going to make. We will just write is equal to, next step, is equal to 12x square minus 3x minus 4x plus 1. Means only instead of the center term we are changing. The first term and the last term will be the same itself. So 12x square minus 3x minus 4x plus 1. Now the first term is 12x square and the second term is minus 3x. So in the first term and the second term, what is common? You can take it out. What is common? Let us check the numbers. What is common among the numbers? 12 and 3. What is the common factor of 12 and 3? The common factor is 3, right? So 3 we can take it outside. Now let us check the variable part. The first term is having x square. What about the second term? It is x itself. In both of them x is common. So take x also outside. Now it will become like this, 3x into, after 3x we will start the bracket. 3x into, even though it is bracket, we will read it as 3x into. Now tell me, from 12x square you removed 3x. So what is left there? From 12, if you are removing 3, that means 12 divided by 3. What is left there? 4 will be left. 4. So x square was there. From x square, 1x you have already taken outside. So 1x will be left there, right? So 4x minus, now tell me, this 3x all together you took it outside. So what will be left there? Nothing will be. Taking outside means dividing it by that number. Always think like that. So 3x divided by 3x, it is 1 itself. So 4x minus 1, bracket closed. So from the first two terms, whatever is common, you took it outside. Now let us go to the next two terms, third term and the fourth term. Now what is the third term? It is minus 4x. What is the last term? It is plus 1. From both of these things, nothing is common, right? Actually, nothing is visible. Nothing is visible for us to be common. Can you take any number as common? Is there 4 in both of them? No. Is there any other numbers? Is there any variables? Nothing is there. But if nothing is there, definitely 1 you can take outside. 1, the number 1 you can take it outside. As the second last term, that means the fourth term and the third term. See, check out the third term. As the third term is a negative number, you will take minus 1 outside. That means if it was a positive number, definitely you will take plus 1 outside. Clear? So here it is minus 4x. So let us take minus 1 outside. Taking minus 1 outside. So minus 1 into. Now within brackets, 4x minus 1, bracket close. Why it came minus 1? Because it was plus 1, and from this plus 1 already you took one minus 1 outside. So definitely this will become minus itself, because you already know a plus means minus and minus, right? When minus and minus come together, that is what we called as plus. Minus minus is called plus. That's why actually here is minus minus is there. From that minus we took one minus outside. Then what will be left there? One more minus will be left. That's why it came as minus 1. Clear? Now check the terms which is inside the brackets. 4x minus 1. In the second bracket, 4x minus 1. Now in these two terms, 4x minus 1 is common. So now let us take 4x minus 1 outside. So 4x minus 1 into 4x minus 1 within a bracket. So 4x minus 1 into what is left in the first term. If you are taking 4x minus 1 outside, then what will be left there? 3x will be left. So put it in another bracket, 3x. Then here, what about the next one? Minus 1 is left. So 3x minus 1. So you got 4x minus 1 into 3x minus 1. Clear? This is how you have to split the middle term and factorize. Hope you understood. Let us go to the next question, question number 2. 2x square plus 7x plus 3. Here all the numbers are positive sign, right? In the previous question, the middle term was negative. Here you can see the middle term is positive and the last term is also positive. Okay, let us do this one. I told you, first what you have to do, multiply the coefficient of x square by the constant term. What is the coefficient of x square here? It is 2. And what is the constant term? It is 3. So 2 into 3. What is 2 into 3? It is 6. So let us factorize that 6 in your work area. In the working area, make it like this, 6. Tell me, 1 into 6 is 6. So 1 into 6. Then 2 into 3 is also 6. 2 into 3. Anything more? 3 into 2. That is what 2 into 3 is. 6 into 1. That is what 1 into 6 is. So it's enough. Only two numbers. 1 and 6, 2 and 3. 2 set you got it. From these 2 set, any one of the set will be the relevant one. Okay. Now let us choose out. Check out the center term. What is the center term? It is plus 7. Clear? It is plus 7. So now check out the sign of the last term. That is also plus. So while adding together, you should get the center term. So tell me, the numbers are 1 and 6, 2 and 3. While adding 1 and 6, you got it 7, right? 1 plus 6 is 7. That's enough. So 1 and 6 are the numbers. You understood what are the numbers, right? 1 and 6 are the numbers. You got it. Now from this 1 and 6, those are the numbers. Now 1x and 6x. Now let us check out the sign of these numbers. 1x and 6x. What about the sign? How to check the sign? Check out the sign of the last digit. It is plus 3. It is positive. Positive means both of them should have the same sign. That means both can be positive, both can be negative. And what should be the sign? How to understand? Go to the sign of the center term. Let us check the sign of the center term. The sign of the center term is also positive. That means you have to give positive sign to both of them. That means plus 1x and plus 6x are the numbers which are to be substituted for the middle term. This is how we are going to split the middle term. Splitting the middle term means only the middle term. Okay. So now next step, that is equal to 2x square plus 1x plus 6x plus 3. Clear? That's equal to next step. Tell me what is the next step? From the first two terms, whatever is common, take it outside. From the next two terms, whatever is common, take it outside. From the first two terms, what is common? X is common. So taking x outside, you will get 2x plus 1. Plus, what about the next two terms? It is 6x and 3, right? What is common there? 3 is common. So taking 3 outside, again you will get inside the brackets 2x plus 1. Now check out what are the terms inside the bracket. Both of them are exactly the same terms. 2x plus 1, 2x plus 1. Take it as a comma. So 2x plus 1 in one bracket. Then what is left? X from the first term and plus 3 from the last. So x plus 3 in the another bracket. So we will read it as 2x plus 1 into x plus 3. That's it. Going to the next question. 6x square plus 5x minus 6. Center term is positive, last term is negative. Okay, this is the first thing which we are going to deal with. Last term it came negative number. Okay, now let's go ahead. So multiply the coefficient of x square by the constant term. Here the coefficient of x square is 6 and the last term is also 6. So 6 into 6, how much it is? 36. So what are the multiples of 36? What are the factors of 36? 1 into 36, right? Then 2 into 18, right? Then 3 into 12, then 4 into 9, right? So these many sets of number we have received. So let us check which is the relevant one. Okay, checking the relevant one, how you will check? Check the sign of the constant term. What is the sign of the constant term? It's negative. So in the previous question I told you, if it is positive you have to add them, and while adding you have to get the center term. Here as it is negative, what you have to do? You have to subtract. You are right, you have to subtract the terms. Now let us subtract these two numbers, each set, let us subtract them and check whether it is coming, it is matching with the center term or not. Okay, what is the first set? It is 1 and 36. 36 minus 1 is 35, center term is not 35. Second one, 2 into 18, 18 minus 2, 18 minus 2, it is 16, center term is not 16, it is 5. Third set, 3 and 12, 12 minus 3, it is not 5. Fourth set, 4 and 9. So from 4 and 9, 9 minus 4, it is 5, right? 9 minus 5 is, so we got the set. What is the set? 4 and 9. That means 4x and 9x. You got the numbers 4x and 9x. Now tell me, what about the sign? As the last digit is negative, in the previous question I told you, if the last digit is positive, you have to add both of them will have the same sign, right? But here, as the last term is negative, what does it mean? Both of them will have different signs. Means if one is positive, other will negative. So now tell me, which sign should be given for 4x and which sign should be given for 9x? For checking that, let us go to the center term. What is the sign of the center term? Here the center term is plus 5x. Plus 5x means plus. It is plus. So this sign should be given to the bigger number. Which is the bigger number here? 9x and 4x. Which is the bigger number? 9x is bigger number, right? So we will give the plus sign to 9. So plus 9x. If it is plus 9x, what about the other term? Obviously it should be negative because both of them should have negative opposite sign. So if it is plus 9x, then other should be minus 4x. So we got the terms plus 9x and minus 4x. Now let us substitute. 6x square plus 9x minus 4x minus 6. Clear? Next step, from the first two terms, whatever is common, take it outside. From the other two terms, whatever is common, take it outside. Okay, so let us bring it outside. From the first two terms, what is common? 3x is common. If you are taking 3x outside, within the brackets, you will get 2x plus 3. Clear? Next two terms, third term and fourth term. What is common there? Minus 2 is common because it is minus 4 and minus 6. So minus 2 is common. So taking minus 2 outside, within the brackets, again, what you will get? 2x plus 3. Keep in your mind, exactly both of them within the brackets will be the same number itself. Okay, keep that in your mind. If you got something else, make sure that you have made something mistake somewhere. Clear? Okay, so both of the brackets, the numbers are exactly the same. Take this outside. So 2x plus 3 within a single bracket, 2x plus 3 into, what is left there? 3x from the first term minus 2 from the last term. So 3x minus 2. Is it clear? Going to the last question. 3x square minus x minus 4. 3x square minus x minus 4. So here the center term is also minus, the last term is also minus. Okay. So 3x square. So 3 is the coefficient of x square. Last term is 4. So 3 into 4, 12. Factors of 12. 1 into 12, 2 into 6, right? Then 3 into 4. You got the factors, right? Now let us check out which is the apt one. What is the sign of the last term? It is minus. It is minus means subtract these two numbers and you have to get exactly the center term itself. What is the center term? It is minus x. That means minus 1. 1 is the center term. 1 is the coefficient of the center term. You have to get 1 when you are subtracting them. Tell me. 1 and 12. When you are subtracting, will you get 1? No. 2 and 6. Will you get 1? No. 3 and 4. Will you get 1 while subtracting 3 and 4? Yes. 4 minus 3 is 1 itself. So you got the set. It is 4x and 3x. Now let us discuss about the sign. As the last digit of the given question is minus, these two numbers will have different sign. Let us check out the center term. What is center term? It is a negative sign. So that's why this negative sign should be given to the bigger number, right? What is the bigger number here? 4x is the bigger number. So minus should be given to 4x. So minus 4x and plus 3x. Now let us split the middle term as minus 4x and plus 3x. Now 3x square minus 4x plus 3x minus 4. And now from the first two terms, whatever is common, take it outside. From the second term and fourth term, whatever is common, let us bring it outside. From the first two terms, tell me what is common? X is common, right? So taking 3x outside, within brackets, what you will get? 3x minus 4. Bracket closed. Let us check the third term and fourth term. What is common there? Take it outside. What is common? 1 will be common because there is nothing common visible there. So 1 is common, right? So 1 when you are taking outside, what you will get within brackets? Again 3x minus 4. Now in both of the brackets you can see 3x minus 4 is common. So take it outside. 3x minus 4 taking outside, what is left there? 3x minus 4 will be kept inside one bracket. In the other bracket, now check out what is left there. X from the first and plus 1 from the second. So x plus 1 in other bracket. So we will read it as 3x minus 4 into x plus 1. So this is how we have to split the middle term and factorize. It's very important topic. Many of the students, they have no idea how to split the middle term. They know that they have to split, but they have no idea which number should come there. This is the way how to categorize the number, how to choose the number. Choosing the number is very important. If you're choosing the wrong one, you will never get an answer. Okay, Hope you understood this topic. That's enough for today. We'll meet in the next section. Till then, take care and goodbye. Have a wonderful day.